Hi everyone, welcome to another live ukulele jam with me, Matt Stead, Kanikapila Mondays. I hope you are all keeping fantastically well and the sun is shining wherever you are in the world. It is grey and dreary here, but I don't care because we've got our ukuleles, we've got our sunshines in our heart and we're raring to go, right? So hope you're all doing well. Make sure you've got your live chat enabled so that you can chat along and join in the conversation. Oh, I just realised my mics are a bit funny. That should sort it. So yeah, do come in and enjoy the conversation and get involved as much as you can. For some reason, my comments don't seem to be working tonight. I don't seem to have. It doesn't seem to be linking up. Let me just see if I can sort that out because it's much more fun when I can bring you guys on screen. I wonder what's happening there. Can someone just type a comment for me just to see whether it comes up? That's really quite strange that. Here we go. It was just being really slow. Phew. Okay, good. I was getting worried then. I didn't want to just be chatting to myself out into the wilderness, so phew. Okay, right, good. We're good to go. Hi, Seeking Truth. Hope you're doing well. Hi, Shell. I sent you an email earlier, just so you know. Sorry it took me a while to get back to you, but I've pinged you a couple of emails to your questions. First warm day of June in California. Love it. It was boiling here last week, but it's all gone a bit overcast and grey, which is a shame, but that's okay. Hi, Gail. I hope you're doing well out there in Kansas City. Love it. Over there in Missouri. Fantastic. Let's see who else we got. We'll say hello to a few more in just a minute. Just a couple of things to let you know about before we get started. I won't bore you with too much stuff tonight. Just a reminder, because I haven't mentioned it in a few weeks, that we're booking up for our ukulele cruise now. If anyone wanted to come and join us, that's going to be next February. So 2027, and it's a 7-night, slightly shorter cruise this time, so you're away for a little bit less long, and we're going from Miami in Florida. I've never been to Miami, so that's exciting. We're going all over the place. Nassau, Bahamas, St. Thomas, St. John's, Antigua, and you get to spend a whole week with me teaching you ukulele, which should be loads of fun. These are honestly the highlight of my year. I've really enjoyed doing these. So come and join in if you're interested. And for the first time ever this year, there are some single cabins available as well. So if you want to come along and you're just on your own, that's absolutely fine. You don't have to share a cabin unless you want to. You can have a single cabin all to yourself. What else do I need to tell you about? Oh, you know about my book, don't you? It's all out and available on all good booksellers. It's on Amazon and all those places. Looks a little bit like this, How to See Colours in Music. So if you enjoyed the Kanikapila system that we used tonight, this explains it in a lot of detail and gives you 60 musical examples. Also explains how it all works. Kind of just explains how the whole system works and how to see music in colour, which is super exciting. So that's available from Amazon and on my website, mattsteadmusic.com. You'll find it there. Hi Shosha. Hi Anthony. Hi to Jacinta as well. I hope you guys are doing well. Hi Joe. Fantastic. Hi Diane. Hi David. Grey and damp here as well, David. Yeah. Oh, Anthony was just asking how the garden's come along. Wow. I put in the pond lining. I'm building a whole new little stream going for our garden. Our garden's about the size of an average car, so it's not very big. But I've built a little stream going through it, which I'm really excited about. Unfortunately, I punctured the lining, so I've got to redo it all again. But this weekend, I'm super excited. I've got the bridge coming to go over the top and all sorts, and I've got a little waterfall feature. So I'll show you guys next week if you want, because it should be done by then. I'll bring a couple of photos along if you're interested. I'll put it on Facebook as well for those that are into that kind of thing. Hi Karen, I love your new avatar, Karen, of your Phil Davidson. Gorgeous, very nice, very nice. Okay, what we'll do is let's crack on with the songs tonight then. We can always take a break at the end. And if you've got any questions, any ukulele related questions, just ping them over and I'll talk you through them at the end, see if I can help you. I think Anthony had a question on pentatonic scales, which I'm going to bring on at the end as well, though we might cover that when we're doing the solo in bit as well. Karen, I wonder if there was a bit of a delay with the chat. Karen's just saying she only just got in. It wasn't coming up on my screen, which was a little bit scary. I kind of felt like I was shouting into the void. So yeah. And Colin is saying I should write a song about a car-sized garden with a leak. That's a great idea, Colin. I love it. I love it. I freaked Colin out earlier in the week, didn't I, Colin? Because I've got another friend called Colin, and I'm seeing him this Tuesday. And I said to Colin W on here, "Oh, I'll see you on Tuesday," and he was thinking, "What? What's Tuesday?" Okay. Anyway, rambling on. Let's have a look at our first song. So tonight we're doing the songs of John Prine and Iris DeMent. So both of these songs tonight are from John Prine's one of his most recent albums, In Spite of Ourselves, which is this gorgeous album that he did with lots of female country singers. And one of those female country singers is one of my all-time favourite singer-songwriters, Iris DeMent. And I discovered her via, if any of you have seen the transatlantic sessions they have on BBC. Basically what they do is every season they get together a group of musicians from Scotland and the Celtic Islands over here. And then a group it could be a group of musicians or single musicians from Nashville, up in the mountains, Appalachia and all that. And they get them together and they play kind of Scots-Irish music and all sorts really, old time, a little bit of bluegrass as well. And on one of the first seasons, I think it might have been the very first season, Iris DeMent came on. She did a couple of her songs. I think she did Our Town and Let the Mystery Be, which are two cracking songs. So I kind of came to John Prine the other way around. A lot of people were into John Prine, then discovered Iris DeMent. I was the other way around, but I love his songs. So we're doing two songs off that album that I showed you. Second one is actually a cover. You might have heard it performed by Tammy Wynette and George Jones back in the day. But the first one is all John Prine, which is fantastic. We've got some John Prine fans here by looks of it. Laura loves her transatlantic sessions. They're so great, aren't they? Whenever there's a new series, I'm like, yeah, super exciting. So fantastic. Hi, Tom. Oh, your avatar's making me hungry. Love it. Okay, right then. Let's have a look at the first song from tonight. I'll talk you through it, the colours and everything, and the soloing possibilities and all sorts of things with this one. So the first one we're going to do is a song called In Spite of Ourselves, and it's probably my favourite off the album. Probably John's too, judging by the fact that he made it the title song of the album. And it's a really simple song. The lyrics are really cheeky. I'll show you a picking pattern in a minute, but just to give you an idea. She don't like her eggs all runny. She thinks crossing her legs is funny. She looks down her nose up money. She gets it on like the Easter bunny. She's my baby, I'm her honey. Never gonna let her go. Just really great kind of country style chords, which are absolutely fantastic. Hi Pam. Really nice simple chords as well. You'll notice if I go back, have a look at this. You'll notice if we go back to the first page that this entire song is created using the 1, the 4 and the 5 chords. And those of you that have been doing my colour book or any of my series will know that those are the most common chords in country music. Probably you could say most common chords in all popular music. The 1 chord is named after the first note in the key. We're in the key of C, so that's C. The 4 chord is named after the 4th chord in the key, where you could just count up on your fingers, C, D, E, F. And then finally the 5 chord is named after the 5th chord in the key, C, D, E, F, G. It's as simple as that. And the reason I love these colours is it kind of shows you how the music takes you on a journey. So wherever we've got that bright yellow sunshine, a happy colour, that's home. That's where everything feels resolved. So notice that we often start a song on home and we always go back to home at the end. So that's really important. The next colour we've got is orange. Actually, let's go to red first. I'll go to red first. And red's all about tension. So having that 5 chord there, the G chord, it really makes you want to go back to the 1 chord. And you really hear it in these bottom lines. If I play C, G7, C, probably in your time, us ukulele players are really, really cheeky about this. We'll often end the song with something like that, won't we? And that's just highlighting the power of that G chord, which feels unresolved, wanting the resolution to the 1 chord. And the reason it's a red is it's in stark contrast to the 1 chord. It's very different. It doesn't feel resolved. It feels tense and it makes you want to go back to the start. That 5 chord can be played as a normal G in this key, just your bog standard G major. But sometimes what musicians will do is they'll turn that into a dominant 7th. Notice there's only 1 note that's changed here. We've added this F note. And that F note pulls towards the E note in a C chord, this open string here. Have a listen. Feel that resolution? Okay. So that's why that works, basically. Then the 4 chord that we've got, the reason that's orange, well, guess what? It sits in between the 1 and the 5 chord beautifully. So if you imagine it was a palette, you mix yellow and red together, what do you get? Orange. And the 4 chord is all about just taking you on a journey towards the 5 chord or back home to the 1 chord. I often call that the change chord because you'll also notice that it generally, when we get a new section like we have here at the chorus, it often starts with that chord, which is really really lovely, isn't it? Joe says cheeky, like let's talk dirty in Hawaiian. Yeah, it's very, very cheeky. You have to have it with a pinch of salt, as they say. Okay. So each one of these rectangles or chunks, if you like, is 4 beats in music or a bar. And what we can do is just count them along like this. So if I was just doing a standard down strum, it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4. Then I change to the 4 chord. 1, 2, nice and pleasant, not too tense. Back home. And then I'd have 3 measures of G. 1, 2, 3, and we're back home. Okay, really simple. So you just count along those measures as 4 beats. If you're more into the traditional way of looking at songs, we do have the chords and the lyrics written out on the next sheet as well, which you'll see. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to put a picking pattern to this one in a minute, but let's just have a look at a really nice gentle strum that we can do to this one. I come in on close camera again, and let me just move this other way. I like to do this gentle. A very standard Hawaiian, you can think of it as an island strum, often used in pop music as well. And phonetically, that's just quite simply walk, running, 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 walk, running, 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 down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up. Okay, that'll sound like this. Try it on a C with me. bittersweet, isn't it? Really, really gentle and simple. So with that in mind, let's just try, just to get us all warmed up and singing and strumming, let's try a couple of verses with that. Okay, I'll come on close cam just for the start of this so you can copy my fingers. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, C. 1, 2, 3, 4, F. Back to C. G. Notice we've got 3 measures here. We build the tension and home. Here we go. She don't like her eggs all runny. She thinks crossing her legs is funny. She looks down her nose at money. She gets it on like the Easter bunny. She's my baby, I'm her honey. Never gonna let her go. Now this one's a duet. So at this point, Iris DeMent will come in and sing, but we're just gonna sing it ourselves. He ain't got laid in a month of Sundays. Caught him once and he was sniffing my undies. He ain't too sharp, but he gets things done. Drinks his beer like it's oxygen. He's my baby, I'm his honey. Never gonna let him down. Let's try a chorus. In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Against all odds, honey, with a big door prize. We're gonna spy our noses right off of our faces. There won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes. Notice something cool there. Isn't it a brilliant song, by the way? I mean, it's not often you get to sing Caught Him Once and He Was Sniffing My Undies in a song. Just terrific lyrics. Notice at the end of the chorus that the G chord was played as that G7. And remember, whenever we turn a chord into a 7, like a C7, a G7, the posh name for that is dominant 7, it creates a sense of extra tension. So at the end of the chorus, when you hit that G7, really wants to be resolved to the C, and that's a really common thing to happen in Appalachian music and country music. Let's have a look at a couple more things that we can do then. Let's have a look at a lovely, lovely picking pattern that we can do with this one. And we have done this on some songs before. We're getting some great cheeky songs coming in, by the way. Friend of mine's favourite, John Prine, is Please Don't Bury Me When I'm Dead. Yeah, classic. Love it. And Karen's coming up with some cheeky songs like Spanish Pipe Dream, Angel from Montgomery as well, which is great. Yeah, fantastic. Love it. Love it. Okay. So this is towards the back of your sheets. Remember, you can download these anytime. Links in the description and in the comments as well. Now, the circles here on the picking pattern, those aren't telling you that when we play the chords you're going to use open notes. They're just to show you where to put your fingers and thumbs. So let me demystify this a little bit and show you what's going on. It's one that we were doing in a workshop a couple of weeks ago, if you were there. Now, I've got my low G ukulele tonight, but this will work on high G just as well. Doesn't have to be low G whatsoever. Okay. But the important thing is you'll notice the first circle down there on the tab is picking the G string on its own. And I'm going to use my thumb for that. Next up, notice we've got a pinch. We've got the C string and the A string being played at the same time. And we know that because if you have a look at the zeros, they're vertical, so they must be at the same time, right? And you can, what I like to do is use my thumb and any one of my fingers. I actually quite like to use my middle finger and thumb. That's what feels most comfortable. If I come in this way, can you see that? And it's a pinch. So the thumb comes down on the C string and the middle finger pinches up on that A string. So if we put that together, thumb on G string and pinch. Try that with me. Thumb, pinch, thumb, pinch, thumb, pinch, thumb, pinch. And if you're practicing this at home, best thing to do if you haven't got it under your fingers is just put on some nice telly, sit in the garden maybe, and just practice slowly, and then as you get more confident, just build up the speed one step at a time. So that's the first two notes. Now the next bit is often referred to as a roll. This comes from a banjo roll where we play 4 notes quickly, one after the other. And we're playing these as 8th notes. That means they've got a tail. Don't worry about the sheet music. Just know we're going to go G string, E string, C string, A string. And notice that I just use my thumb and one of my fingers. That means that I only have to use 2 fingers, and I can think of it as a pattern. Look, string nearest my nose, 2 lower, next one down, 2 lower, G string, E string, C string, A string, and kind of cycle through it like a pattern. That's our roll, that's the second half of the pick. And relax. And then what we do is we put those together. So we do thumb, pinch, roll. Thumb, pinch, roll. Thumb, pinch, roll. Notice the thumb and the pinch are twice as long as the individual notes in the roll. You could count it as 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3 and 4 and fantastic. As I say, that if you've done that before, some of you have. Hi Barbara, glad you made it. I couldn't have you missing out on John Prine. So if this is your first time you've done this pick, you might find it tricky. And that's absolutely fine. So what you might want to do is strum along to this one and come back to the picking whenever you feel ready. Remember, all these Kanikapilas are archived on my website, so they don't go away. You can watch this back as many times as you want. Just go to learnukulele.com, click on live, and then Kanikapila archive, and you'll find them all there. So you can practice that. Now it's quite a quick pick, so it is tricky, I'm not gonna lie. If I bring the kind of the sheets back. Oh Gail, these are all available, they're on my website, but if you go back to the earliest comments in the live chat, just scroll up, there's a link there. There's also a link on the YouTube description as well. It will take you to something called a link in bio. It's basically where I put all my information in one little pot. And just follow the link there and you can download the sheets. And if you haven't got time to do it now, don't worry, you can always just follow the ones that are on screen, and then after, when you want to spend a bit more time, you'll be able to find it as well. They're completely free, so go and grab them if you want to. Okay, so let's have a look at this picking pattern in time. If I bring back this sheet, basically you're going to do that picking pattern once on every measure. So that would be one measure, 1, 2, 3 and 4 and. So if I was doing it on the first line, I'll do that a bit slower. It would sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, then F, 2, back to C, 1, 2, G, 2, 3 and C. And I'll do that slowly with some words as well, so you can see how it fits. Let's go for a different verse this time. Let's go for this one up here on the right hand side. Okay, 1, 2, 3 and 4. She thinks all my jokes are corny. Convict movies make her horny. She likes ketchup on her scrambled eggs. Swears like a sailor when she shaves her legs. She takes a licking and keeps on ticking. Never gonna let her go. He's got more balls than a big brass monkey. He's whacked out widow and a love bug junkie. Sly as a fox, crazy as a loon. Payday comes, he's howling at the moon. He's my baby, I don't mean maybe, never gonna let him go. Okay, like that. Let me know if you managed to have a go at that. Obviously it's quite tricky at this tempo, but you could have a little practice. If you want to do something more simple, you could just pick top to bottom. She don't like her ex all runny. She thinks crossing her legs is funny. She looks down on her nose, so on and so forth. So don't feel you have to do this complex picking pattern, but it's a lovely one to try if you can. Okay, let's have a look at one more thing just before we do this first one, and that's if you want to do a solo on this one. We're in the key of C, which is everyone's favourite key to solo in, because that gives us that lovely pentatonic scale on the lowest two strings physically, the ones nearest the floor, the highest in pitch. Okay, I'll bring in the close cam and I'll show you what I mean. So because this one's in the key of C, the relative minor to the key of C, basically the minor key that has all the same notes is the A minor pentatonic, and you'll find that along the A string by playing an open A, and then all your dots, 3rd fret, some people have a dot there, others don't, 5th fret for D, 7th fret for E, 10th fret for G, and then another A at the 12th. So you can play any of those notes in any order, it'll sound really nice. And you can do the same thing on the E string. But this time we don't hit the 7th fret. That's the only one to avoid. All your dots again. Just remember we hit the 8th fret, not the 7th there. And again, you can hit any of those dots in any order. That will sound really, really nice. Now, remember we started talking last week about using the whole major scale. So those 2 extra notes that we miss out in the key of C. And the 2 notes that we miss out when we play the C pentatonic or the A minor pentatonic, remember they're the same scale. The 2 that we miss out are this F note here. And you'll also find that up here at the 8th fret, 1st fret of the E string, 8th fret of the A string. And the other one is the B note, which you'll find here at the 2nd fret, here of the A string, and up here at the 7th fret of the E string. Now those are the only 2 notes that you've got to put back in to turn it into a full major scale. So basically, rather than this, you get a full scale, right? Now it's really interesting. The reason we don't play those notes is they clash against certain chords. I'm just going to get my backing track up and going. I'll give you an illustration. Let me just have a look. Oh no. All right. So here we go. I'll put on a backing track. Hopefully this will work. Oh, hang on, that's not joining my speaker. Give me just a second. I think I need to turn my Bluetooth off my phone because I used that last time. Give me just a sec, guys. That's off. And then let's see if we can connect this one. So just whilst I'm doing this, guys, so basically adding those extra 2 notes to the major scales, it just kind of adds a little bit more flavour, but you just have to be careful how you do it, because if you linger on one of those notes, it doesn't sound too nice. Let me just try this one. I think this will work. Yeah, okay, I'm connected. Good. Okay, so if I linger on one of those notes, that F or the B, it will sound a bit stinky, and I'll show you that now. I'll do a backing track. Where are we? Sorry, guys. Here we go. This is just me playing the chords I recorded earlier. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're in business. Notice if I hit this B note over and over, certain chords it sounds a bit stinky on, same as this F. Hear way over some of those chords. Okay, but if I just hit it lightly, so every time I play a C, if I just dip it, because it has that resolution to the C, it'll still sound really nice. And same up here, if I'm going from 7 to 10, if I just drop it in there, it'll sound really, really lovely. Let me show you. I'll do the full scale and I'll add some of those in. Okay, here's the F. Here. And I'll go to this B as well. Just adds a little bit more flavour, doesn't it? Which is really, really nice. Now remember, you can just use that pentatonic as well. All the dots. Or dip. So have a little play around. What I'll do is let me hit the chords in the background and you can have a try yourself, okay? So the chords that go along with the instrumental is basically just C down there in the bottom left, F to C 3 times, and then C, G7, C at the end. So if you want to practice a little solo, let's do it. I'll be your backing band. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Guys, remember, less is more. Hit a few notes, allow them to breathe, and then go again. Think of those phrases. Good, okay. So when we get to the solo, when we're doing the song and we get down here, have a little try that. Just have a break from strumming or picking and try hitting some of those notes, and it should sound really, really lovely. I think I referred to some of those notes as stinky, didn't I? And Karen said, music and colours, now music and smells. That's the sequel, Karen, to my colour book. I'm going to do a scratch and sniff book. That could be quite interesting, couldn't it? What does a 5-chord smell like? Oh, wow. Oh, you've got me thinking now. Okay, let's have a go at this one then. Let's put it all together. Remember, if you want to do more simple strum, absolutely fine. If you want to do the picking, absolutely fine. Have a go at the solo if you'd like to. And the only thing I'm going to tell you about what I'm going to do is I'm going to do basically left-hand side of the page, I'm going to finger pick, and the right hand side I'm going to strum. But do whatever you want. Just enjoy it, guys. Okay, here we go. All right. I'll just move that down a bit just in case anyone's following my fingers. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. F, C, G, to C. She don't like her eggs so runny. She thinks crossing her legs is funny. She looks down her nose at money, gets it on like the Easter bunny. She's my baby, I'm her honey, never gonna let her go. He ain't got laid in a month of Sundays. Caught him once, he was sniffing my undies. He ain't too sharp, but he gets things done. Drinks his beer like it's oxygen. He's my baby, I'm his honey, never gonna let him go. Here's the chorus. In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. against all odds, honey, with a big door prize. We're gonna spy our noses right off of our faces. There won't be nothing but a big old hearts dancing in our eyes. Try an instrumental solo. Hit those pentatonics. All my jokes are funny. Comfort movies make her horny. She likes ketchup on her scrambled eggs. Sweats like a sailor when she shaves her legs. I'm gonna do that again, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. She thinks all my jokes are corny. Okay, third time lucky. 1, 2, 3, 4. She thinks all my jokes are corny. Convict movies make her horny. She likes ketchup on her scrambled eggs. Swears like a sailor when she shaves her legs. She takes a good look in and keeps on ticking. Never gonna let her go. He's got more balls than a big brass monkey. He's whacked out widow and a love bug junkie. Sly as a fox, crazy as a loon. Payday comes and he's howling for the moon. He's my baby, don't mean maybe. Never gonna let him go. In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Against all odds, honey, with a big door prize. We're gonna spy our noses right off of our faces. There won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes. Keep it going. In spite of ourselves, we'd end up sitting on a rainbow. Against all odds, honey, with a big door prize. We're gonna spy our noses right off of our faces. There won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes. And again, there won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes. Sorry guys, I completely mucked up that second half. I sang the word funny instead of corny, and you know, I don't know if you've ever done this in a song, but it totally threw me off because rather than thinking about the next bit, I was thinking, damn it, I sang funny instead of corny. So that's my excuse. Let's try that one more time because I was enjoying that, and it'd be nice to get it right, wouldn't it? And it's such a great song. So one more time, everyone. And remember, you don't have to do the picking pattern if you find it difficult. Give it a strum. Let me know how you got, and let me know if you've got any questions with this. Okay, let's do it one last time, and hopefully I'll sing it right. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. She don't like her ex so runny. She thinks crossing her legs is funny. She looks down her nose at money. She gets it on like the Easter bunny. She's my baby, I'm her honey. Never gonna let her go. He ain't got laid in a month of Sundays. Caught him once and he was sniffing my undies. He ain't too sharp but he gets things done. Drinks his beer like it's oxygen. He's my baby, I'm his honey. Never gonna let him go. In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Against all odds, honey, with a big door prize. We're gonna spite our noses right off of our faces. There won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes. bit solo. Hit those pentatonics. Keep it going. Bring it to a close now. Get ready to strum and sing with me. She thinks all my jokes are corny, convict movies make her horny. She likes ketchup on her scrambled eggs, swears like a sailor when she shaves her legs. She takes a licking, keeps on ticking, I'm never gonna let her go. He's got more balls than a big brass monkey. He's a whacked-out widow and a love bug junkie. Sly as a fox, crazy as a loon. Payday comes and he's howling at the moon. He's my baby, don't mean maybe, never gonna let him go. In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Against all odds, honey, with a big door prize. We're gonna spite our noses right off of our faces. There won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes. In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Against all odds, honey, with a big door prize. We're gonna spite our noses right off of our faces. There won't be nothing but a big old hearts dancing in our eyes. There won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes. Fantastic. Well done, everyone. That was better, wasn't it? I'm always better second time round. I think I actually learned to pay attention to lyrics rather than trying to do it off by heart. Let us know what you thought of that one, guys. It's a cracking song. I knew that Barbara was big into John Prine, so I asked her to do the fascinating facts this week, and she didn't disappoint. Loads of information here. It's really quite fascinating about this and how it came about, him singing with Iris DeMent, a little bit of background about his stuff. And there's some lovely links as well to live versions. The live version of this song is really, really lovely. It takes him about 2 minutes to get going because he does a little story at the start, but it's absolutely gorgeous. So well worth checking out. And if you really enjoyed that one's on the album. Well, you guessed it, In Spite of Ourselves. Isn't that a great cover? Really lovely, isn't it? Absolutely fantastic. And if you enjoyed the Iris DeMent, this is my go-to album for hers. I think it was a debut or second album, Infamous Angel, but this one with Our Town and Let the Mystery Be. I mean, there's so many beautiful songs. The last song of that album is really lovely because she got her mum. Her mum always had this dream of singing at the Grand Old Opry, and she actually gets her mum to sing that song with her on the record. It's really beautiful. So check it out. It's really nice. Karen says, Sam Stone kind of kills me when I hear it as do hello in there. Yeah, I know. There's a lot like that, isn't there? In the next song, there's this bit that I misheard for ages. I can't remember what I misheard it as, but I definitely was getting it wrong. Oh, it was the line here in this next song. And you won't find... No, it wasn't that one. Yeah, there's no Riviera in Festus, Missouri. You think, what? There's no Riviera in Festus, Missouri, but he pronounces it as Infestus, Missouri. So it kind of works on the thing. But for ages I was like, that doesn't make sense, but it does. Love it. Yeah, absolutely. Brilliant album, isn't it, Barbara? Some fantastic songs there. Gorgeous duets as well. Really beautifully written. Some brilliant performances as well, which is lovely. So this next one, as you'll see from my terrible handwritten notes, I'm not meant to bring my version on screen with all my notes on, but I keep forgetting and putting the wrong one up there. So this is what I have to read when I'm telling you about songs. I know, my handwriting is absolutely appalling, isn't it? I do everything on computer nowadays, so I type everything. So when I get my stylus out, it's like, oh my gosh, I forget how to write. But as my terrible, terrible notes say, this was actually this one wasn't actually written by John Prine. This was written by Bobby Braddocks, and the probably the most famous version is a really nice one with George Jones and Tammy Wynette. Look it up on YouTube if you haven't heard it. It's really, really lovely. Oh, Shoshette says people from Missouri pronounce it like that. Ah, Missouri. I love it. Fantastic. And there's nothing wrong with that at all. I love learning the proper pronunciations of places. Us Brits were terrible. We go places and we call everything how we name it, don't we? But yeah, it's good to pronounce. It's like Glastonbury, because I come from the West Country. I always get annoyed when people pronounce Glastonbury as four syllables, Glastonbury, but really it's 3 syllables, Glastonbury. So there we go, that's my soapbox. So anyway, let's have a look at this one. A beautiful, beautiful song, and it's a waltz as well, so something slightly different here, which is really, really nice. We're still in C major, so all of those chords have the same feel and the same function. And you can read more about this in the book, but also at the front of your Kanikapila sheets, I've given you the tables that explain the different chords in a key. So notice that the ones that we've used so far are the 1, 4 and the 5 chords. And those are purposefully, I colour those as yellow, orange and red for the reasons I explained earlier. But also because those are quite bright, straightforward chords, aren't they? Which is really nice. We're getting some brilliant pronunciations in the comment. Leicester Square. That's a good one. Leicester Square. Or I had someone last summer pronounce where I live as Gloucestershire, which was good as well. Okay, anyway, enough about that for now. Now, this next song introduces a minor chord, and notice that the minor chords in a key, the purple, the blue and the green, they're all more muted, softer colours, and they do create a slight sense of melancholy. So it kind of makes the picture a little bit more three-dimensional, a little bit more emotional. And the ones that we have here are the 3 chord. Now, generally, when I hear the 3 chord in a song, in this case it's E minor, C, D, E minor. Don't worry if you don't remember this, but in any key, the 1st, the 4th and the 5th chords are all major chords. So we saw that with C, F and G. The 2nd, the 3rd and the 6th chords in any key are minor chords. That's the D minor, E minor, F, G, A minor. And then the B at the 7th chord at the end is a diminished or a half diminished. So that 3 chords, C, D, E minor, that creates a real sadness. It still has a gentle pull. It doesn't feel resolved. It still feels like it wants to go to another chord. But the pull is a little bit more subtle and it has a sadness about it. And you can really hear that if you just play a C chord. Straightforward, happy, right? And then if you play the E minor afterwards, help if I play it in the right place, right? Notice we go from happy to melancholy. There's actually a real sadness about that E minor chord. Okay, and you'll hear that in this song, and you can see it as a colour here. There we go, in this little intro, which is really, really, really sweet. So C, E minor. Then we go to the F chord and then the G chord. Notice something cool is happening here. We haven't got the 2 chord, but otherwise we're going 1, 3, 4, 5. So we call it rising diatonics. Just means we're going through the chords one at a time in a key. Just don't happen to have the 2 chord in there. And that creates a really nice sense of movement. We have the same thing here in the start of the verse, okay? Then the second line of the verse is slightly more straightforward. We've got 4, 5, 1. We know what that's all about, right? Change, tension, and then resolution to the 1 chord. Then here is really unusual. In this line, we get the G minor. Now, remember when I said the 5 chord in a key should be a major, C, F and G, all majors. By turning it into a minor, it gives us that feeling of blue melancholy again, and you'll really hear it when we put it in there. We call it the parallel minor because basically it's the minor equivalent of a G major. That's what's going on there. And then straightforward again for 1 and 4. And then I just wanted you to notice a couple of things that's happening here, and I will talk you through all this in a minute with the chords and whatnot. But notice something really cool at the start of this line. It might look like there's a lot going on, but it's really straightforward. We go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So basically we're going down through the scale. G, F, E, D minor, C. We're coming backwards through the scale, which is really lovely. So that creates a sense of descending motion. We've had ascending motion, then we've got descending motion. Okay, so really, really nice. Let's play through those chords one after another really slowly. Just that line that I was telling you about, just this line here. Okay, so that's a G, F, E minor, D minor and C. It kind of sounds like we're falling down a gentle stream, doesn't it? And then we're home, which is really lovely. Okay. Now, after that, we've got one of my favourite little motifs in music. And if you're on YouTube or you follow, you're on my website, I've done a few videos about this week because I find it really fascinating. And that's this little bit here, this 1, 4, 1, 2 or C, F, C, D minor. It sounds like this. Have a listen. Now you'll hear that little motif. I was so intrigued by it. I looked it up and I can't find a name for it anywhere. Sometimes you get a name for these kind of musical movements. We call them cadences. And often they'll give you a name like an Andalusian cadence, which comes from a particular type of music in Spain. You might have the sunshine sequence. You might have heard from songs like Shimmy Like the Sister Kate. I don't think this one's been named, which is interesting, but it's used in loads of songs. Okay, have a listen, see if this reminds you. No woman, no child. Recognise that from Bob Marley, right? No woman, no cry. I don't know why I said a child at the end. No woman, no cry. Isn't that cool? How about this? I can't remember the chords before it. I'll see if I can remember. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Oh no, sorry, told you. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Hear that? Da, 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 da. It's exactly the same sequence again, so it comes up in tons of songs, so it's worth remembering. And the reason that artists use it, I think, is because it gives you have this like mini moving melody in it, which makes it sound like the chords have movement to them. I'll show you what I mean. I'll play it one more time. Now, each of those chords has a note in it, which is one next to the chord that follows. So if I highlight this G note, actually I'll start on the F chord and I'll highlight this F note. Then I'll play a C chord, but I'll highlight this E note. Play a D minor, but I'll highlight the D note. And a C chord, I'll highlight the C note. So basically your ears hear this. I'll do that again. And that's F, E, D, C. Cool, huh? See if you can hear it as I play the chords. Da, 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 da. Isn't that cool? And sometimes our ears will pick out that melody even if we don't consciously realize we're doing it. And that's why this chord pattern is so powerful, and it's used in tons of music. Perhaps we need to name it. Can you go? I genuinely didn't plan this, but perhaps we need to name it. So let me know, guys, if you can think of a cool name for it. What could we call that sequence? Maybe something that's falling down like the melody does. I don't know. Come up with something, see if you can. And the best one, we'll name it. Perhaps I'll put it in my next book. Okay, let's have a look then. Now, the other thing with this verse, which makes it interesting, is it's played rubato. What does that mean? It's a fancy pants name, which means the timing is fluid. So it's not like where we strum 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can kind of keep it quite flowing, and you can change the chords at a time that feels fit to you. The other thing that it does, which is really, really nice. Yeah, Joe, that's a great idea. I'll show you that in a tick. Yeah, great idea. The other thing that's nice to do with this one is to shake a tremolo strum. Like this. Let me show you how to do it, because it sounds really effective and it's a really lovely thing to do. Basically, what you want to do is, I'll bring this back on in a sec. Take your hand and imagine you're going to give someone a high five, okay? But just allow those fingers to spread out slightly. Let all of the tension in these fingers go. So you're not like this, just let all the tension go. Put your index finger slightly at almost like a right angle like this. Now you're going to strum with the very tip of this finger. If you've got a nail, use it. If you don't, use the pad of your finger. Either's absolutely fine. The reason we do this hand position is that this bit of the hand has the most flesh for most people. You can actually feel it. You'll actually feel the muscle and cartilage and stuff in that bit. It's quite a lot going on. Whereas this part of the hand is a lot lighter. So if we balance out that chunky thumb with 3 fingers, as we do this, I have to be careful because it looks like a rude gesture. If I just move from the wrist as I do it, you'll notice that it's almost like a counterbalance to the thumb, these 3 fingers and the thumb, okay? And what I'm doing is I'm moving from the elbow, not from the elbow, from the wrist, and I'm just lightly shaking. If you do anything on the ukulele really fast, like this, what you want to do is keep it feather light. So don't push down, otherwise your fingers will get all caught up and it'll sound horrible. Just the very tip of your nail or pad touches the string. And can you see? Fingers splayed out, finger at a right angle, thumb held out, and that just allows me to move it gently over the top. And we call this a tremolo strum. It's spelled T-R-E-M-O-L-O, tremolo. Like that, okay? Sounds really, really effective. And if we put that together with the rubato, you get this lovely sound, almost like flowing. Just keep it really light. Try changing to an E minor. And then an F. G. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to keep that shake going, that tremolo shake, for the whole of the first verse. It basically just opens up the song. And you might have heard this, it happens in a lot of jazz standards and things like this, where you get the build intro and then the song sounds quite different after that. Okay. So remember, it's rubato, so you don't have to count the chords exactly. You can do if you like, but just follow my movements and I'll show you where to change. And I'll show you how it works. So, C, E minor, F, G, by a fountain back in Rome, I fell in love with you. In a small cafe in Athens, you said you love me too. Here comes that G minor. Notice the sadness it brings. In April, in Paris, when I first held you close to me. And then the next bit, just strum once. Rome, Georgia, Athens, Texas, and Paris, Tennessee. Isn't that cool? Just that ending. And I love that. So you think they're singing about the Rome and the Athens and the Paris, but actually it's Rome in Georgia, it's Athens in Texas, and it's Paris in Tennessee. That's cool, right? That's really good, clever songwriting, and really, really nice. I had a couple of the steady sequence. Thanks, Laura. Oh, that will give me too big a head, though. Give me a big head. We can't be having that. Okay, so rubato, Carol. That's when you slow down and speed up. You keep timing elastic in music. I'll give you an example. So if I was to play, some of my pieces I play quite rubato. Say I'll just take just a standard kind of pattern. So might do something like this. If I did non-standard rubato, if I did standard timing, no rubato, I'd be really strict with my strum. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If I play that rubato, I might do something like this. So notice I purposefully slowed down and sped up in the middle. And musicians often do that to build tension. So they'll hang on certain chords longer than you'd think they would in terms of counting the beat. Rubato, it's kind of a nice way of playing, just creates a really nice kind of sophisticated sound, which is really, really lovely. Rebecca, yeah, my nail is kind of perpendicular to the strings. I'll show you. I come in on close cam. No worries, Carol. So rather than kind of being at a 45-degree angle like I would normally pick or strum like this, it's directly, it's almost like my fingers a complete right angle to the strings. Just the very tip of that nail is going to strum over the top. So basically I'm just doing that. So it's like my fingers are dropping down, so not like this. You can do it like this, soft, but I kind of like it like this. And I'm just going across the strings, okay? Karen says she tore her index fingernail yesterday. Oh, sorry, Karen, that's the worst. As you know, I've been doing loads of gardening and I've had to be so careful. I wear gloves, but even so, it's like, oh, I hate it when I break a nail. It's just the worst thing when you're a ukulele player, isn't it? Okay, all right, fantastic. So let's try the whole of that verse, shake it along with me and just have loads of fun. Just follow me for the chord changes. Okay, so from the start, intro, C. You can experiment with speeding up and slowing down the strum as well if you like. E minor, F, G. By a fountain back in Rome, E minor, I fell in love with you. In a small cafe in Athens, you said you loved me too. Can really tease it there, G minor. It was April in Paris when I first held you close to me. Rome, Georgia, Athens, Texas, and Paris, Tennessee. There's that let it be sequence right at the end. So 1, 2, 3, F, C, D minor, C. Each one of those chords at the end is just a simple down strum, which is really nice. Yeah, isn't it, Laura? I use it in a lot of jazz standards. A lot of jazz standards, people forget to play the intro because it's not like the famous part of the song. When you do that tremolo over that intro, it builds it up. So things like Blue Skies, if you do the intro tremolo really slow and then when you get to Blue Skies, it just gives it a lift, which is really, really, really lovely. Okay, so that's the intro. That's the most difficult part of the song. The next bit is really straightforward. We're not going to do anything fancy here at all. Okay, sorry, my sheets are doing that thing when they go all over the place. Give us a sec, so hopefully I can move them over. So the rest of the song is pretty much just those 1, 4, 5 chords, like F, C and G. With the exception of the D minor, which comes in that little sequence that I was showing you earlier. Let me just see if I can... Sorry guys, I'm going to bring this on and off again because it's being a pain. Okay, here we go. All right, okay. Yeah, that's better. Fantastic. Okay, so if I go back to the song sheet before the lyrics, this one here, page 6, okay. So you can see all of the choruses, which is the rest of the song, really straightforward. You just get the 4 chord, creating a sense of movement for 4 measures. The resolution to the 1 chord. Then you get the 5 chord, creating tension. Resolution to the 1 chord again. And that's it. It's just the same thing over and over. Now it's quite quick strum, this one. I'll show you how to do it. Let me come in on close camera. Okay. So we've got... Remember, we're in waltz time. Now, there's various ways you could do this. If you want to keep it simple, you could just do all down strums. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Or you could do a really simple strum, which I like to do, which is walk, running, walk, walk, running, walk, walk, running, walk. I'm just being phonetic here. So the walk is a down strum. The running is a down up. So walk, running, walk, walk, running, walk, walk, running, walk. You can think of that as down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 3, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, and that will sound like this. No, we're not the jet set. With your Chevrolet set, there's no Riviera in Festus, Missouri, and you won't find Onassis in Marlinville, Kansas. No, with your Chevrolet set, but ain't we got love? Okay, just remember that chord sequence at the end. Just notice something interesting here. Notice that G, it hangs on for 2 sentences at the end. Well, that's really familiar, isn't it? Because that's what happens in Spite of Ourselves. So I wonder whether John Prine, when he was thinking of using these songs, he was influenced by them at the same time, which is interesting. Now, I think Joe earlier came up with a good idea. Yeah, it was Joe, for when we get to those little passages that we were talking about, the ones that I was asking you guys to name. And that's to keep your pinky, your little finger, on the A string as you do it. I'll show you what I mean. So if you play the C chord with your little finger rather than your 3rd finger like this, when you do the F, you can actually keep that C there because there's a C note in an F chord, so it works. Take it off for C again. D minor, just keep it where it is. It's like playing a D minor 7, still sounds great. And take it off again. Sounds great, right? And it makes it way easier because I've got the anchor here. And as soon as you hit that F, just count 1 on each of them. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's try that together. We'll do 3 beats of C. F, C, D minor, C. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Isn't that lovely? One more time. 1, 2, 3. Fantastic. Now you've got that, you can do the really quick part on Let It Be. And Tim says, love that Let It Be tag. So much that he said it twice. Well, he didn't. I just brought him on twice by accident. Thanks, Tim. Really appreciate that. I really appreciate it. It's a great little tag, isn't it? It just sounds fantastic. Just so cool. Da, 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 da. Okay. Do you know what? I think we're pretty much ready to give this a go. If you want to do a solo on this one, you can do exactly the same notes as we did on the last one, because we're still in the key of C. There isn't a solo in the original, but what I thought we could do, just to break it up a bit, let's do an extra chorus as an instrumental after the second chorus. So go intro, that's the shaky, shaky bit. Chorus, chorus. We'll do another chorus instrumentally and then a final chorus. That'll give you a chance if anyone wants to do a little solo, because I know you guys are really getting into that, and it's a fantastic thing to do, isn't it? Okay, so I'll keep this one up so you can see what's going on. The solo on this one, because there's quite a lot of chords, it sounds quite nice if you don't overdo it, this one. Let me see, see if I can get my backing track up. Oh, sorry guys, I'm accidentally bringing up my Apple Music. There we go. Fantastic, there it is. Okay, so let me come in on close cam. Notice a little bit of room to breathe. Room to breathe. Room to breathe. All right, fantastic. So let's just try ever so quickly doing that. I'll play the chords so you guys can have a little quick practice of that if you want to. You can also use this to practice the strum as well, because it's quite quick. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Hit those pentatonics. Remember to allow those phrases to breathe. Tag at the end there. Sorry guys, I was just thinking of something that I needed to show you and I forgot what I was doing there. But that's it. That's basically the whole song now. So let's have a little play through. We might do it twice. Yeah, let's do it twice. It's such a fun one. So, excuse me, just drink a bit of cold coffee. So we're going to shake out this first bit and then single down strums when we get to Rome, Georgia, Athens, and so on, and then strum all of the rest of it, quick strums. I'm going to play a little instrumental here. I'll hit the chords so you can try some pentatonic soloing, just having a little noodle, have a little play around, and then we'll see how you got on at the end. Okay, all right, let's go for it. Let's see. Okay, 1, 2, 3. F, G. By a fountain back in Rome, I fell in love with you. In a small cafe in Athens, you said you love me too. And it was April in Paris when I first held you close to me. Rome, Georgia, Athens, Texas, and Paris, Tennessee. No, we're not the jet sets with your Chevrolet sets. There's no Riviera in Festus, Missouri, and you won't find Onassis in Marlinville, Kansas. No, we're not the jet set with your Chevrolet set, but ain't we got love? No, we're not the jet set with your Chevrolet set. Our steak and martinis is draft beer with wieners. Our back and Tchaikovsky is haggard and husky. No, we're not the jet set with your Chevrolet set, but ain't we got love? Try a solo. Those pentatonics. Keep it going. Bring your solo to a close, roundabouts here, and get ready to come back in. No, we're not the jet set with your Chevrolet set. The Prine DeMent set ain't the flaming Suzette set. Our back and Tchaikovsky is haggard and husky. No, we're not the jet set with your Chevrolet set, but ain't we got love? Yay! Fantastic, absolutely brilliant. We'll do that one last time to finish off, and then I'll hang around and see if there's any questions. Remember, anything uke related or not, ask me anything. I might not have the answer, but I'll be honest about it. Yeah, we'll hang out, just have a bit of a hangout at the end. But let's just try that one more time because that was so lovely, and I love building suspense for the intro. Really great, isn't it? And do remember, if you found this interesting, particularly that little tag, do join me for my live lesson in 2 weeks. I'm going to be looking at this specific technique where we have those hidden moving melodies inside chords. This is different from line cliche, so it's not as obvious as line cliche, but it sounds amazing when you hear it. And also check out my YouTube channel because I've got a couple of videos specifically on this progression and how some people hear this, some people hear this, and you'll kind of learn to kind of differentiate the two. It's like an optical illusion. It's really cool. I'll show you as we go. Let's do this one more time though. Really lovely. Oh, thanks, Lisa. That's really great to hear. Yeah, I've been in those woods as well. So yeah, send in big hugs. Hope you're doing well. Oh, thanks, Shesha. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks, Pam. Thanks, Teresa. It's a great song, isn't it? The oldies are the goodies, right? They knew how to write them before. Okay, one more time then from the top, and then I'll stick around with some questions and say goodbye. Okay, here we go. Shaky, shaky. E minor. F. G. By a fountain back in Rome, I fell in love with you. In a small cafe in Athens, you said you loved me too. Is that G minor? It was April in Paris when I first held you close to me. Rome, Georgia, Athens, Texas, and Paris, Tennessee. When up the jet sets with your Chevrolet sets, there's no Riviera in Festus, Missouri, and you won't find Onassis in Marlinville, Kansas. No, we're not the jet set with your Chevrolet set, but ain't we got love? No, we're not the jet set with your Chevrolet sets. Our steak and martinis is draft beer with wieners. Our Bach and Tchaikovsky is haggard and husky. No, we're not the jet set with your Chevrolet set, but ain't we got love? Ba, 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 ba. Take a solo. The Prine and DeMent ain't the flaming Suzette said. Bach and Tchaikovsky is haggard and husky. No, we're not the jet set with your Chevrolet set, but ain't we got love? Fantastic. Man, I love that song. It is so great. Such a cool song. Do listen to the original as well if you haven't. The Tammy Wynette and George Jones one is absolutely terrific. Really worth checking it out. So yeah. Oh, absolutely, Liam. I think we definitely need to do more JP songs. Definitely. I've been enjoying this. I've really enjoyed this actually. Yeah, brilliant, Anthony. I love it. It's great, isn't it, when you discover new stuff? And I think it's amazing. After all these years, I'm still discovering new stuff all the time. It's one of the things that makes music so magical, right? Just brilliant. Absolutely amazing. Diane, the song sheet showing 3/4 time. I should have explained that a bit better. So when we play that first, the introduction in rubato, it is kind of 4/4 timing, but because it's rubato, it's so like flexible. I don't really think of it as a time signature, but yeah, it probably is more towards 4/4. But as soon as we hit that strum, as soon as we get to the bit about Paris and all the rest of it, and we're not the jet set, that's where we get that 3/4 coming in tight. So rubato at the start, really fluid, and then standard Bosch 3/4 as soon as you hit that. And if you listen to the John Prine and Iris DeMent one, they play it even faster than we did tonight. I didn't want to go crazy fast, but they do play it quite a lick. So check it out. It's worth doing. It's absolutely fantastic cover. Okay, well, that's it. Now, Anthony had a question about fingering. I don't know if it's for tonight, Anthony, or just a general one, but sorry, Joe put me off then in a good way. Who wanted to sing Festivus, Missouri? That's a whole different thing, right? Okay. I've got a question off David I'll come to in a minute as well. So that's all good. So Anthony was asking about when I solo, or when one solos, if you want, kind of whether you need to be set with your fingers, i.e. use a certain finger in a certain place. And Anthony was saying he found it quite useful to use his pinky to reach up when he's hitting notes when he's soloing. For instance. Now, there's no wrong or right on this one, Anthony. You've kind of got to experiment. But the way I think about it is I don't always stay within the shape. So say I was doing the F major pentatonic. That's 5/7, 5/8, 5/8. And you know how you paired it up with the D minor back here, which is 2/5, 3/5, 3/5. Well, what I find is I just kind of think about where I'm playing a lick. So quite often, if I'm doing a slide, I'll start my third finger, which then allows this finger to go back. So quite often I'll actually start my finger where you think you might use your first. I'll actually use my third, just so I can get a powerful slide and then come back. And then if I go up, particularly this part of the fretboard, I like to really concentrate on using these two fingers. Because you don't always want to come back down through the scale like this. That sounds cool. Sometimes you want a big jump. By using these two, if I wanted to come way back here, I could do it by reaching back with this index. So don't feel you have to be too set about it, Anthony. Have a bit of an experiment, but kind of think about when you're on the index. If you're on your way up, if you use your index, you can reach further up. But when you're on the way back, if you concentrate on starting with these two, you can start to reach back, and that should help as well. Thanks, Colin. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. And I'm loving everyone's avatar tonight. I know I've seen yours before, Colin, but that's beautiful with your dog. I love that. David was just saying, how many strings do I hit on a tremolo strum? That's a really good, really great question as well. So let me come in on close cam. So I often don't do all 4 strings because, you know, you want that real fast shake with a tremolo. If you do all 4 like this, kind of sounds a bit messy and it's quite hard to do. So what I tend to do is concentrate on the middle 2 strings, and if I do touch the out to 2, that's kind of a bonus. So if I really is to slow that down, it's basically doing this, mostly the inside strings. And then if you want to sound that one and that one a little bit more, you can come down a little bit and hit this one, and you can go up a little bit more flat low G. But generally, I mostly stand around the middle 2. Like this. And then the cool thing about this is if you want to, especially if you've got low G, you could introduce some extra texture. So I could start with mostly the high notes. And then I could go up here for another chord. Back. So that's something you can really experiment with. It's quite cool when you kind of vary it a little bit and you use maybe not just the middle two. That's kind of like my fallback, and then vary it a little bit. So it's a really cool thing to do. Takes a lot of work to tremolo strum, and there's no right or wrong. Lots of people do it differently. I can't do it the way Phil Dolman does it, but you guys know I love Phil so much, and I love the way he does tremolo, but for some reason I just can't get my hand to do it. Phil actually uses his thumb like this, and he shakes his hand like this. Kind of like this, but I just cannot do it. I don't know why my hand doesn't move that way, so that's why I like this version. It just seems to work for me. But there isn't a right or wrong. I've seen other people use the pad of their finger for really light a strum. That's really nice for that kind of Hawaiian. If you want that really nice softness, which is lovely. But remember, my favourite bit of advice that I do all the time is if it feels good and it sounds good, it is good. So just bear that in mind, and that's something to that's kind of like my go-to bit of advice now. So what they say, you know, try and experiment and see what works. Thanks, Jam. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks, Teresa. Thank you. Thanks, David. Yeah, that's it. Exactly right, David. So move up and down as you're playing the chord. So up on the bass strings and back down, which is really nice. Yeah, I think Taimane, I think she uses her thumb as well. Quite a flamenco thing to do, isn't it, using her thumb? Don't worry, Karen. I knew. It's just your autocorrect, isn't it? Taimane, you got it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she uses her thumb. She might use multiple nails at times as well for a real flamenco sound. She's amazing at all that stuff, isn't she? She's just incredible. If anyone's not checked her out before, look up Taimane ukulele. She is unbelievable. Such a great player. Really, really brilliant. Really brilliant player. Just a reminder, folks, no Wednesday lesson this week because we do them fortnightly, but we'll be back Wednesday after, which is where we're going to look at these hidden melodies. And I hopefully you guys did, but I really enjoyed the lesson that we did last Wednesday, where it's really interactive and I asked you guys questions. We had the worksheets and everything. I thought that worked really well. It makes it a bit more interesting for everyone. So I've done a similar thing here with the worksheets this time. I'm going to get you to try things out, and I want to know your opinions. I want to see what you think and what you hear. It should be really interesting, hopefully. So that'll be next Wednesday. We're going to do another one of those, and of course I will be back next Monday as well. I don't think I've got anything coming up for a little while, so we'll be every single Monday now for Kanikapila for the foreseeable, which is really exciting. And if anyone's interested, next Monday, I've done the sheets already, but I just need to get Karen Indrani and Barbara to give them a check and do the fascinating facts. I'm going to do a Harry Connick Jr. special. I love his songs, just really nice. There's one that I particularly love. I think he did it for Sleepless in Seattle, or I always get that one mixed up with the You Got Mail, but that da 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 days of da da da. It's always good to sit all right together, with a wink and a smile. And I remember the days. I can't quite remember the lyrics, but oh my gosh, I love that song. So we're going to do that one, and It Had to Be You as well, his interpretation of that, which is an absolute classic, which is brilliant. Yay! Great. Shell said he really loved last Wednesday, so that's fantastic. Brilliant. Thanks, Karen. Thanks, Anthony. Great. We should do more of that then. definitely. That seems to be a positive, which is fantastic. You never quite know when you do these things whether they're going to work or not. Sometimes you've just got to take a punt on them and hope they do. So yeah, we'll definitely do that as well. Fantastic. Okay. Brilliant, brilliant. Don't forget, folks, if you haven't already signed up, learnukulele.com, 10 sequential courses there, all the worksheets for everything, and hundreds of songs and arrangements as well. Oh, maybe Karen, maybe that's it. Maybe it was When Harry Met Sally. I always get them mixed up. Yeah, is that that's the New York one, isn't it, with the famous scene and everything? It might be that, yeah. Oh, and one last thing, don't forget, if you haven't already got it, get my book. All of this colours stuff explained in it in a lot of detail. That's one of the they haven't all got these weird things on. That's one of my prototypes, just in case you're wondering. But yeah, so I'm really excited. So check it out if you haven't already done. Available on Amazon. You can get it printed in the country you're in, so you don't have to pay for worldwide shipping. Or you can get it via my website. A couple of people bought one late last week and haven't had a chance to post them yet, just because I had a bit of a mad week with some stuff at home. But those will go out tomorrow. So if you've got a book and you're waiting, it should be with you on Wednesday. All right. I shall see you all soon. Much love. Have a fantastic week, and I'll catch up with you next Monday, if not before. Thanks for hanging out. I absolutely loved that tonight. That's one of my all-time favourites, I think. So take care, and I'll see you very soon. Cheers, guys. Cheers, guys.